God, kind of garbage. I don't know what happened. Try to use something different and give it a couple minutes. You guys checking us on the replay, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, do it all, man. Whatever. Don't quite matter to me. Let's be honest. Johnny Price, my man. What's going on, bro? You hear me good? See me good? I know it's real bright over here. But, you know, it is what it is, man. All right, cool. Corey Rogers, what's going on, man? How you doing? Tire Killer, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Hope everybody's well this weekend, man. Everybody's hanging out with the fam or making money, one of the two. We're doing both, you know what I mean? We're doing both. I tried using a different streaming service, but for some reason it just I don't know. I'm not smart enough for it. What about that one? Hey, they Kev Gear Jam. That's what I'm talking about. I'm at the house too. Best truck stop in the world, man. Heading back out tomorrow, enjoying my day off. Hell yeah, enjoy that day off, man. Local crew. That's what I'm talking about. Dirty Broke, my man. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? I appreciate you, brother. I almost called you this morning, man. Just to talk a little shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. Title says, man, real man. I'm like, I know I'm white, but god damn, man, it's like Casper the Ghost in this motherfucker right now. Yeah, man, I tried using a different streaming thing, and I'm not smart enough to do that shit, man. Go do that there, man. It's loud. Go out there and do that. Take it out there. Texas Maryland Trucker, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Hope everything's well with you, man. Hope family's doing good. So yeah, I try to use a different streaming thing, and I don't know, man. I'm not smart enough for it. Not smart enough for it. Got a clean shave on the head today. And Princess Prissy Pants, how you doing? Hope all is well. Hope you guys are out there running. I thought I seen you guys yesterday. I was chasing down a truck that wasn't even yours. Ain't that something? It looked just like yours, but I think it was a year or two older. It almost looked like it had damn off-road tires on it. It had heavy-duty tires on it. I know that. Yeah, I was chasing them for no reason. The guy was probably looking at me like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" But I don't know. I'm gonna have to get with Guilty. I'm gonna have to get with Guilty and ask him how to use this damn this thing, because I don't know how to do it. I'm not computer savvy. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to do it. I tried it like 6 times and it wasn't happening. So, you know, the title says, man, real man wanted. What's it take to be a real man? What's it take to be a real man these days? I think it's a serious question, man, because a certain somebody I know a couple months back, and actually, Dirty Bro, this is what I was going to call you about. A couple months ago, I said something on somebody's video of a certain stature that says he's a certain way. And the response I got back was basically, in a nutshell, if you follow this guy, you can't follow me. Now, if that's what real men do, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I'm a real man because I don't tell people, hey, if you follow him, you can't follow me. That's just, who does that? I don't know, a high schooler maybe? Real man, say what you mean. Mean what you say. Do the right thing, even when it ain't easy thing. Exactly. And you know, I've always been one that I've been a man of my word, right? If I tell you I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it done. Gary, what's going on, man? You know, I've always been a man of my word, man. If I tell you I'm gonna get it done, no matter what it is, you can count on me to get it done. You know, I'm gonna respect people the way they respect me. If you come at me sideways, more than likely I'll brush it off. You come at me sideways twice, well, more often than not, I'm gonna have something to say about it. So my response to the guy was telling me to pick sides because I fouled somebody. That's not a manly thing to do. You know what I mean? That's just me. I didn't know I had this mic. Okay. You know, that's not a manly thing to me. I mean, if that's how you want to conduct yourself, I think it's like high school stuff, man. But it is what it is. Any fool with a dick can make a baby. Takes a real man to raise a child. Hey, man, one of my favorite sayings, man. It takes anybody to anybody can be a dad, right? But it takes a special someone to be a father. That doesn't ring far from the truth, man. 100%. Anybody can be a dad. Anybody can make a baby, man. It takes someone real special to be a daddy or to be a father, right? Not everybody gets called daddy, man, and not everybody becomes father, man. And to have those traits in your life, man, that's a good thing to hold, man. You know, being a real man is taking care of your priorities, man. No matter what they are, kids, home, you know, like it. And just throw it out there before we get into everything else, man. Local guys, you know, I'm a local guy. I don't make no money, okay? Just saying. I just had to throw that out there. Work hard, pay your bills, protect them. Exactly. And that, you know, and I'm big on that, man. I'm big on them. Like I said before, man, my family, years back, man, we was getting our bills shut off, you know what I'm saying? Or not getting our bills shut off, but getting our utilities shut off. And I had to do what I had to do to make it, right? I had to do what I had to do to put us in a better spot. You know, so I mean that's just what had to be done. You know, I had to man up. I had to go out and find a way to make more money. I've always been the guy too, man. You know, whatever it takes me to make more money, that's what I've done, man. Even if it's been not so great things, my family definitely was always fed and had a roof over their head. No matter if I had to go out there and deal drugs or I had to go out there and steal or be a stick-up kid, man. No matter what I had to do, yeah, I was hurting somebody in the process, man. I feel like a piece of shit for it, but you know, at the end of the day, man, I was feeding my family. Which I don't tell anybody to do that nowadays, but you know, it's just what had to be done at the time. You know, being a man of your word, man. Don't tell somebody you're gonna get something done. Don't tell somebody to be a certain way if you haven't done it yourself, or you're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Come on, dogs. You know, be a man of your word. If you tell somebody you're gonna get it done, get it done. If you tell somebody you can do it for them, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? Don't let them down. Be a man of your word, man. You know, respect isn't just given out. Respect isn't handed to anybody. You got to earn respect, man. And you know, from a lot of people from where I came from, man, I lost a lot of respect from a lot of people, and I've had to learn to gain respect from certain people. You know what I mean? I gotta move this. I look so white right there. Let's see if this helps. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. It's a little better. All right. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. So be a man of your word, man. Don't be a bitch, man. If people disrespect, oh yeah, hit the Viking paw. I gotta say that. You know what I mean? Hit the Viking paw, smash it, or what's he say? Take your Viking elbow and hit the Viking paw. All right. I just had to throw that out there. Since you know he's still throwing little things here and there. We'll play the game. Gotta get your Red Bull in. So man, being a real man, I take the shit serious, man. I do. I take the shit serious. Hey, Dada. What? Well, your hands, hold on, babe. You know, taking care of your priorities. You know what I mean? You know, man, I've done some grimy shit, man. I've done some grimy shit just to make sure my kids ate, just make sure they had a roof over their head, and things I'm not proud of, man. Things I'm not proud of, but it is what it is. And just so we're clear, local guys don't make no money, okay? I keep telling my man Dirty Broke that, you know, we're out here poor, man. So we gotta do, you know what I mean? We gotta do what we gotta do to support our family, man. Um, you know, uh, you gotta have respect for people, man. Like I said, I can talk to anybody, man. My wife hates going to the store with me because every time we go to the store, I talk to everybody, right? Um, I'm just that way. I'm a people person, man. And you know, I get a lot of respect like that because I can talk to anybody about anything. You know what I mean? I don't hide nothing. I'm an open book. If people got questions, you know, uh, man, it is what it is. You know, I can talk to them. Uh, um, you know, I mean, just like Johnny Price said, man, anybody can make a baby, man. Anybody can make a baby. Can you raise that kid? Can you raise that kid in the society we live in today? Uh, man, there's a lot of bullshit out there. There's a lot of bullshit out there. And you know, I raised my kids like I was brought up. A lot of people probably take offense to that, but you know, I mean, if my kids need spanked, man, I'm gonna spank my kids. You know, thank God I don't have to do it often because they already know if they mess up, they're gonna get a spanking. You know what I mean? Um, but especially on this online stuff, man. There's some creeps out there, man. There really is. There's definitely some creeps out there. Um, you know, respect being respected, man, and giving people respect is a real thing. It's a I think it goes along with honor, man, having honor. And you know, I got a lot of brothers that a lot of people probably wouldn't like, man. You know what I mean? Just the way they conduct themselves, but they're very highly respected. Um, you know, they're very highly respected just for what they do, man. Just for being a real man. You know what I mean? Taking care of their priorities. Uh, like I said, I met Johnny Price not too long ago, man. He's a real dude, man. He's a you can tell he's all about his family, and he's definitely respected in my book. You know what I mean? And you know, he's been through a lot of shit in his life, man. So he's definitely somebody I'm proud that I can call a brother, man. Somebody I could call any time of the day or night. You know what I mean? And I know, you know, he would at least answer the phone. Uh, you know, that's a real dude, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking people like that, man. Having real people in your corner, man, that support you and that been along for the ride, you know what I mean, or been along the same type of ride, you know what I mean? Uh, you know, no matter what you do in life, man, you gotta take care of yours, man. You're number one, you know. It doesn't matter about everybody else, man. You gotta take care of you at the end of the day. Uh, you know, whoever wants to take that ride with you, man, that's awesome, you know what I mean? But but yeah, man, I mean, respect is a big thing with me. It's a big thing with me, you know. Uh, and like I said, I've been to the points where I've lost respect from a lot of people, man. But I've gained a lot of respect back from a lot of people just from the actions that I've done and the things that I've taken care of, man. I never let anything stew. I always meet it head on. You know what I mean? If I wrong somebody, you know, I try to nip it in the butt right there. You know what I mean? I try to take care of whatever I fucked up. You know what I mean? I'm like that. I'm that person. I don't let shit stew, man. I don't let it go on and let days and weeks go by. Um, you know, another thing being a real man is having honor, man. Having honor. You know, you gotta love you before you can love anybody else, man. You gotta love you before you can love anybody else. Blue Shoe, TJ Jones, what's going on, man? How you doing? Um, you know, honor can mean many different things, man. Honor can mean many different things. Like I said, man, I always pride myself on being the one that if I tell you it's going to get done, it will get done. I promise you that. It might take me a minute, but it'll get done. You know, honor and respect, man. Honor and respect are big things. Being a man of your word. And just everybody's listening. We're local drivers. We don't make no money. Okay. I just got to keep putting that out there. Got to be putting that out there. You know, I couldn't buy this nice house for because I'm broke, man. I'm losing it. You know. I'm gonna have to rip up my concrete and sell it. You know. But it's all right. All right. It's all right. We're doing good. John, what's the pose? You know what I'm saying? What's the posse in effect? June with the posse in effect. Okay, I got you. I had to read that a couple times. Didn't register in my head. You know, so many people, man, like I see it on here a lot. Where these guys, man, they bicker back and forth like they're damn high school girls, man. And that's so hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, man. You see all the guys going out to the oil field now, right? Christopher Edwards, what's going on, man? How you doing? You see all these guys going out to the oil fields now, and one guy says one thing, one guy says the other thing, and then they're going back and forth. But oh my god, you know what I mean? That ain't being a man, man. Come on, y'all stop. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, man, about the trucking industry, man. I know I didn't know anything about YouTube when I started. Huh? You want Baba? I didn't know about YouTube. Where's your Baba at? Go find your Baba. Go find it. Go find it. I think it's out there. I didn't know anything about YouTube when I started, right? But the more I watch it, man, a lot of people actually come to YouTube to find stuff out about trucking, man. And when these people bicker back and forth, man, that doesn't make the trucking industry look good at all, man. It doesn't make the trucking industry look good at all. And where is it? Where's it at? You got this? You want this? Well, you're gonna have to find it then. I don't know what you did with it. What? There. They just make they're making the trucking industry look bad, man. And I see more and more people. Mandisa, what's going on? How you doing, beautiful? They just make the industry look bad, man. And I see a lot of newer guys now coming to YouTube just to find stuff out about certain companies or how to get your CDL and stuff like this, man. And the bullshit's got to stop, man. At some point, it's not getting anybody anywhere. And I left everybody alone, man. I stopped talking shit. You know what I mean? Well, get up, man. I left everybody alone, man. You know what I mean? Another thing that goes along with being a real man is having a backbone, right? No one able to say yes and no. Well, what do you want me to do, man? Okay. Go play with Sissy. Go play with Sissy. Okay. Chris the Trucker, what's going on, man? Going along with being a real man, you gotta have a backbone, man. I know with a lot of these trucking companies, man, you gotta know when to say yes and no. You gotta be able to negotiate your own rates. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to tell them, no, I'm not going there, or yes. You know what I mean? I see so many people at these companies get stepped on, man, and it's ridiculous. What? I'll get you some in a minute, babe. I see so many people get stepped on at these companies, and it's horrible, man, because they're getting pushed into something that I want to say that they don't want to do, but that they don't know how to do. You know what I mean? You gotta go find it, bub. You gotta go find your baba. I don't know what you did with it. You went and did something with it earlier. You know, another thing to go on with being a real man is people trusting you, man. People putting trust in you. You know, every real man should have a vulnerable side, man, and know how to show affection. You know, I know my wife, man. There's sometimes I know TRC knows. There's sometimes where you got to give in, man. What? Ask Sissy go help you find your baba. I don't know what you guys did with it. I looked for it earlier. I don't know where it went. You gotta know when to give in, man. You gotta know when you're in the wrong, right? I'm only wrong twice a year, okay? I'm only wrong twice a year. That's what I tell my wife. I'm wrong most of the time, but I'm only wrong twice a year, okay? Anthony, if you sell that pool, you're gonna have some extra money. Man, if I sell the pool, man, I'm gonna have to hire somebody to come fill it in with a bunch of dirt. So am I losing money or am I gaining money? You know what I mean? I have like a 40-foot hole in my yard, man. You know? I just can't. I'd have to pop it out of the ground. Maybe lose my train of thought, man. I was going. Text Maryland trucker. If that ain't the truth. I had a guy the other day ask me to drink with him, and I had to tell him no. I got work in the morning that called me and don't entertain BS. Yep, exactly. How do you sell an in-ground pool? LOL question. Gotta know when to say no. Right, exactly. You gotta know when to say no, man. You gotta know when to say yes and no. What? Go find it. There, you got this. Well, I don't know what to tell you then. You gotta go find it. Yeah, I told you to take it. I told you to take it. Go get one. I don't know what you did with it. Yeah, I'm gonna pop my pool right out of the ground. You want it dirty, bro? How much you want to give me for, man? Like $20? Give me like 20, 30, $30. Yeah, give me like 37, 36, man. I'll be good. That'll probably it'll be able to give me lunch for the week. You know what I mean? Hold on, y'all. No, you're not gonna fuck. Oh, you don't want that. Bear with me. See, this one's talking about, huh? Someone. You gotta go check out my man G718gear.com. Got the bullpen merch. All right. Now, another thing, man. Yeah, he's pissed off. He's mad as hell. Another thing is, you know, not giving up on stuff. You know, as a man of a house, you can't give up on stuff, man. I know too many guys that I've grew up with and stuff like that. That just, you know, times get tough and they just give up. That's just You can't be weak-minded, man. You can't be weak-minded. He told me to find him. Yeah, he's pissed. He was mad as hell. But you know, I see so many people out here, man. They just give up. They give up, you know. And I don't know. I don't know how people get through life, man. This blatantly giving up. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. You know you gotta. You know it's not failure, man, until you give up. You know what I mean? You don't fail at anything until you give up. Once you gave up, then you fail. Um, you know, so many people. Times get tough and get hard. They don't even try. You know what I mean? They don't even try. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can just give up on shit, man. We had a guy come to our work not too long ago, and I think he was with us for like 4 or 5 days. And since he wasn't out of training yet, you know what I mean? Because they make you ride with somebody, and you know it's not overnights either. You know what I mean? I went on overnight with a guy, but we had our own hotel room. But you know he was with this guy for like 4 or 5 days, and since he wasn't driving the truck yet, you know, because it's got to go through insurance and everything like that, he quit. You know what I mean? He said, "Yeah, I can't be in my own truck yet. You know what I mean? I got to go." I don't know who thinks like that. You know what I mean? You're weak minded if you think like that. You know, stick out the couple days, man. And you know, he's been driving for a while. You know, like that was a crazy thing. I don't get it. I don't know how you can just blatantly just quit. You know what I mean? Um, you know, another thing with being a real man, don't have and don't be a yes man. Uh, you know, too many guys, too many people have yes men around them. You know what I mean? A lot of people need to be told no, man. Um, you know, I've never been the one to just give in to people. You know what I mean? I've never been the one to, oh yeah, man, that's no. Look, if it's a bad decision, it's a bad decision. I'm gonna let you know it's a bad decision. You know what I mean? Don't ask for my opinion if you don't want it. I've said that for a long time. Don't ask for my opinion if you don't want it, because I'm gonna give it to you. Uh, you know, so many people out here need it. Yes, man. They give up because it's easy. My generation believe in entitlement and everything be given to the world. Don't work like that. Yeah, man. Nothing's ever handed to you, man. Uh, I was talking to my dad yesterday about this guy. And that's what I call him. I call him this guy. Um, you know, his grandma and grandpa basically raised him, man. He lost both his parents. His grandma and grandma raised him. His mom was alive for a while, and but his grandma and grandpa just gave him everything, right? They gave him absolutely everything. Anything he ever wanted, they gave it to him. Even when he went to get a job, right? His grandpa handed him a job. Um, what's up, Ryder? I appreciate you coming in here, man. You know, his grandpa was in a certain union for a long time, and you know, it was one of those jobs. You know, somebody, you got it. You know, and his grandpa handed him a job. You know, all he had to do was be an apprentice and get his journeyman's card. And that's sad, man. You know what I mean? Because basically, he didn't work for anything. You know, um, when he went to get a car and stuff like that, you know, he never worked for it. You know, uh, but that's why he's in the situation he's in now, and that's a sad thing, man. That's really a sad thing. Um, you know, another thing with going on with being a man, man, you got to be able to take a responsibility for your decision, for your actions. You know, I was one for a long time, man. When I had addiction problems, you know, I didn't take responsibility for nothing. You know what I mean? I didn't take responsibility for anything. And you know, at the end of the day, man, you got to know what you fucked up. You gotta know what you fucked up, man. You gotta know what you gotta make when you know, you gotta know when you wrong somebody, you gotta make it right. Um, you know, it's a lot of people out here, man, on in the YouTube trucking space, man. They don't take responsibility for their actions. Um, and everybody sees through it, man. You know what I mean? Everybody sees through it. Um, you know, a thing we're gonna be a real man, man, is being faithful and loyal, man. Being faithful and loyal. I've never once cheated on a woman. I've had a lot of women cheat on me, but never once have I cheated on a woman. And I've always believed in that, man. You got to be faithful, man. You got to be loyal. Uh, just like when I get a job, man, I hold it down. You know what I mean? I've always stayed with that place for a significant amount of time. Even when I was in a restaurant business, you know, as a cook and a chef, I always stayed where I was, man. Even though I wasn't making a lot of money, uh, I still stayed where I was, man. Because more often than not, man, persistence pays off, and that's how I was raised. You know what I mean? Um, you know, my mom and dad got divorced when I was real young, and I'll never forget, you know, going back and forth to court. What do you call it? Family court. And I was with I don't know if it was, I was so young. I don't remember if it was a judge or a mediator or what do you call them people? Anyway, I had to go in this room with somebody and talk to them. And, you know, the person asked me, you know, who do you want to live most of your time with, your mom or your dad? You know, like, yeah. And I looked at the person and I said, and this is about the only thing I remember. I was like, I don't want to live with either one of them. I want to live with my grandma, you know, like that. And my grandma Bonnie, man, that passed away a couple years the day after Christmas. Um, you know, God rest her soul. She basically raised me, man. When I was kicked out of my house when I was 15, you know, I did some couch surfing for a while, but I could always count on my grandma, man. If I never had somewhere to stay or something, you know what I mean, I could always count on her going to her house, you know what I mean, or helping me through things, man. She was my rock, you know what I mean. Um, you know, she was definitely my rock, man. She was one that always told me, you know, if I was fucking up and doing something, no matter what I was fucked up and doing something, man, she always supported me, man, because you know, just like I said, persistence pays off, you know. Um, you know, I wish she would have seen what I have achieved now, you know, which I know she would be proud, man. I do, you know what I mean? But you know, when we moved in this house and stuff like that, we had one more child and she never got to meet that child. But she got to meet all the other ones, man. And uh you know, she was always damn happy to see the kids, you know, always asking about them and stuff. And she was my rock, man. She was one that always told me I was fucking up, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, she still supported me, you know. Um and you know, I always took responsibility, man. I always took responsibility for my actions, man. And I always told her, man, I know I'm fucking up, you know what I mean? But at least I got to turn around and show her that I could do good at the end of the day, you know. Um, you know, another thing with being a man, man, you gotta support your woman, man. If you're married, you know, you can't just go on what you want to do. You can't just go on your dreams, man. You have to you can't be intimidated by her dreams, man. You also have to follow her dreams too. You know, it's a two-way street, man. A lot of times, you know, my wife rocks with me, man, and she goes along with what I want to do, you know. But I always tell her, man, don't just go along with what I want to do. What do you want to do, you know? Um, you know, it's a two-way street, man. You can't just always go with what you want to do. You know, when you have a family and you have a wife, you know, uh, you got to support them, man. You got to, you know what I mean. Another thing with being loyal, you know, you got to see what their dreams and what their accomplishments are in life too, you know, and you got to go and chase them. As well as your own, you know, as well as your own. You definitely got to go and chase your own dreams too, but um, you know, you can't just leave her hanging. You know what I'm saying? You also have to go and chase her dreams too. Um, you know, I guess you could say I'm still like chivalrous. You know what I mean? I still believe that, man. I open doors. I pull out her chair. You know, like that. And I make my kids do it, man. I make my sons do it. Uh, you know, I think it was like a year or two ago. We were walking into a store, and my oldest son, uh, we went to walk through the door, and he walked through as a lady was walking up, and you know, I grabbed him by the back of the shirt, you know, and I yanked him back, and I told the lady, I said, wait right here, please, and she kind of gave me a funny look, you know, like that, and I went in and I grabbed him, I said, go open that door for that lady, you know, like that, and but that taught him something in that moment, you know what I mean? That taught him something, and he realized what he did wrong. I'm still that guy, you know what I mean? I'm still that guy. I want, man. I open doors. I pull out their seats. I tell them how beautiful they are. You can't just look at a woman on their looks, man. I know a lot of people do, and everybody notices a beautiful woman, but you gotta look at what's inside too, man. That's what makes a lot of women and girls um beautiful. You know what I mean? Beautiful inside, man. Um, so many guys just go on looks, purely looks, and that's sad, man. That's sad, man. That's real sad, you know. Um, you gotta be open minded, man. You gotta be open minded. Um, I got a piece of wood or something in my damn pants. Something stabbing me. Um, and being a real man, it doesn't gauge you on how much money you make. Just like we were talking with local drivers, man. Just because you make a certain amount of money doesn't make you any less than a man. If you're making enough money, man, to support yourself and support your family, you're a man in my books because you're going to work to make shit happen. You're doing things to support yourself or to support your family. So many people ride on this. You have to make a certain dollar amount, right? You have to, you don't achieve this accomplishment until you make this much. Come on, man. It's just that's ridiculous, I mean, I'll tell you what, man. I used to be real aggressive, man. Real, I would boom, snap at the drop of a hat. And I'll tell you what, man. My wife has taught me a lot of patience. She's taught me a lot of patience because before, man, I just throw down and fight. I would go out looking for a fight. You know what I mean? I would go out looking for a fight. Put it that way. I wouldn't weigh the pros and cons of, oh, I could lose this if I do this. Like that. I heard all 73 of them around, man. 1 second. Oh shit! Yep, all 73 of them went down that way. All 73 went down that way, and all 73 of them. No, I can't say that. I can't say that. Um. Oh man, that's hilarious. Uh, another thing, man, is you gotta know. Going back to following her dreams, man. You see these people in relationships where everything they ever do, man, they go out, they go to the place the guy wants to go. They go out, they do things the guy wants to do. They buy this place because the guy wants to buy it. Like I said, man, you have to look at what she wants too, man. Um, you see that way too often, way too often. Uh, you gotta know, you gotta have a hard and a soft side, man. You gotta know when to step up and be aggressive, and you gotta know when to not cower down, but when to settle down, right? Um, usually the guys that scream the loudest, that puff their chest out the most, usually that's the biggest sissy. You know what I'm saying? You see that a lot. Usually that's the first guy to get knocked out. You know what I mean? That's usually the first guy to get knocked out. Um, like I said, with me, man, the big thing is respect. The big thing is respect. Um, I'll give you as much respect as you give me. Uh, love, man. You gotta love yourself before you love anybody. You know what I mean? You can't give somebody love unless you love yourself. Um, you know, my wife, man, a couple years back, man, she got real hard on herself, man. She got real hard on herself by the way she looked and shit like that. And I've always told her, you know what I mean? Like, you're beautiful, man, no matter what. Anthony Bressler, salute to you, man. What's going on, bro? Um, she got real down on herself. And I always told her, man, like, we've been married for 6 years. We've been together for damn near 12. You know what I mean? And it's like, like I tell her, man, like, no matter what you do, I'm gonna support you with whatever decision you have, as well as she does. You know what I mean? That's the way it should be. Um, you know, and you try to tell her, you try to tell her, you know, she would say she was getting fat or this and that, or she didn't like the way this looked or whatever. But you know, I tell her, man, that's who you are. That's you in the inside. You know what I'm saying? That no matter what anybody says, man, they can't take the way you feel about yourself away. You know, but you just have to change your thinking, man. You can't always be down on yourself. All right, Johnny. You can't always be down on yourself, man. Uh, you know, a lot of people say real men don't cry, man. Look, real men cry. I mean, there's a time and a place for everything. Uh, you know, like I said, man, my grandma was my rock. You know, she was my rock, man. I could go to her with anything, you know. Um, and when she passed away, man, I almost felt lost. You know what I'm saying? I almost felt lost. And you know, and to this day, don't get me wrong, man. I think about her, man. I'll get choked up, you know, because I mean, she was different, man. She was different. You know, no matter what you did, good or bad, man, she supported you. You know, grandmas are great, man. That's why I love grandmas, man. She knew just what to say and when just to say it. You know, and you know, her raising me for a long time, man. She taught me a lot about being a man, know about how to find myself and how to respect myself and how to have confidence and stuff like it. You know, a real man has confidence, no matter his looks. You know, no matter the way he speaks, no matter the you know, at the end of the day, man, a real man has confidence. Um, you know, there's a lot of shy guys out there, but as long as down the inside, if they have confidence, man, they're a man to me. You know, um, you know, so many people hide behind the shadows, you know, and um, you know, about their looks and stuff like that, man. You can't worry about what other people think, man. There's so many people out here in the world today that worry about what other people think, man. Don't stop worrying about what other people think. You know what I mean? I'm so sick of people. I'm like, you know what I mean? My wife does it a lot. You know what I mean? She worries about what people think or what people say. Fuck what people think. Fuck what people say. You know what I mean? I could care less. That's not gonna make me any less than a man. You know what I'm saying? Anytime. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Um, you know, I show a lot of people support, man, for a reason. You know, and the people that I mess with, the people that I talk to, those are the people that I consider real men or real women. You know what I mean? Because saying the word man ain't just really saying the male race. You know what I mean? Being a real man or a real woman. That's what I should have said. You know, going along with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, even being like my wife or the people that raised me, man. That I grew up with a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? My mom, my sister, my grandma. You know what I'm saying? These are all strong women, man. I see that the same exact way. You know, they got confidence. They know how to carry themselves. That's what it is, man. Being knowing yourself, man. You got to know yourself down. You know you because I still look back, man. I reflect. You know what I'm saying? I reflect on things that I've done. You know, at the end of the day, man, I hit them head on. You know what I'm saying? I hit them head on. I don't ever hide from it. Uh, hit the Viking paw. Just let y'all know. Smash the Viking paw with your Viking elbow. Um, you know, you gotta have confidence, man. You gotta have confidence. You gotta let people know what troubles you. You gotta know. You gotta let people know uh uh what gets you down. Um, you know, share your interest. Share your interest with others. Share your interest with your woman. As well as for her, man. Tell her to share her interest as well. A certain energy comes from that, man. I've been a person that I can feel energy off of people. You know, Earl Sullivan, what's going on? Only person's opinion that matters is the one you're with. Exactly. No bullpen therapy, ladies and man. Well, look, we got the bullpen shit right here. So tell them come on over and watch. Tell them to come on over and watch that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being a man, man, be yourself. Be yourself, man. Uh, uh, stop trying to be somebody you ain't. You know, when I met up with Johnny Price, man, I wasn't no different than when I talked to him on his live. I wasn't no different than when I talked to him on the phone, man. Uh, you know, I'm that guy, man. I don't try to be somebody I'm not. You know what I'm saying? You know, I tell you how I grew up, where I came from, what I've done. I don't hide shit, man. I'm this way because I'm this way. You know what I mean? I'm this way because it's either stuff I experienced or having the confidence to be able to tell somebody what you've done. Um, you know, too many people hide behind a certain aura, man, and ain't no way to be. That they don't make a real man. Hiding and stuff don't make you a real man. You know, you gotta look at those situations and hit it head on. You gotta know who you are as a man. You gotta know you gotta have that confidence and respect and loyalty. Uh, you know, you get a long way, man. You get a long way by being loyal. You get a long way by having confidence and stop hiding, man. You know what I mean? Stop hiding behind a mask that you're not. I never understood that, you know. I never understood why people try to hype up stuff that they haven't even ever done, right? I haven't understood that. Like, why is it cool to come from a background like I have, or Johnny Price has, or Anytime has, or Dirty Broke, or Princess Prissy Pants? You know what I mean? You know, why is it cool to come from a certain background? You know what I mean? Why? You know, just be you, man. Be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool that I grew up where, you know, people were shot and stabbed and that shit ain't cool. You know what I mean? That shit ain't cool at all. You know what I'm saying? The minute I could get out of there, I was gone. You know what I mean? It took me a while, but the minute I could get out of there, I was gone. I never looked back. I never understood why that was so cool. You know what I mean? Why was it cool to deal drugs? Not cool to deal drugs. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't get that. I've never been able to figure that one out. I've never been able to figure that one out. Um, I don't know. I just like, and it's almost like people, you know, people glorify the stuff that they have done. You know what I mean? I don't glorify shit. Look, I tell you I've done this, and I tell you don't do it. I've done it for you already. You don't need to do it. Um, you know, out robbing people and selling drugs, that shit ain't cool, man. That shit ain't cool at all, man. Um, you know, I did it for a certain reason, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't try to glorify that reason. You know what I'm saying? I've never, but I'm man enough to admit that. You know what I'm saying? I'm man enough to admit that. That shit wasn't cool, man. I hurt people, you know what I'm saying, for no reason. You know, I ruined families for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I got way too much to say on this subject type. I hear you, Johnny. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand why people glamorize that. You know what I mean? I don't understand why people glamorize it. I don't get it. You know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. You know. Another thing with being a real man, man, is not being a bully, right? Not being a bully. Um, my mom, man, my mom used to work at the epilepsy center, working with the uh, mentally challenged people, and we used to bring these guys. She worked at a like a group home, right, where they worked with these guys, and a lot of them were seizure dependent. So you know they either had to wear a hockey helmet or something like that. And man, I used to love spending the holidays. Man, we would bring the guys to the house and stuff like that, and they would spend the holiday with us, Thanksgiving and Christmas and shit like that. And you know, I've always stuck up for people like that. You know what I'm saying? I never liked watching people make fun of somebody because of a trait that they have. You know what I mean? Um, you know, I think that just goes along with dealing with it face to face. You know, watching guys go into a compulsive seizure. And Bobby Kohler, what's going on? Yeah, family's well, man. Family's real well. Um, you know, and you could see it. You know, we'd be out in public, you know, at the mall or what have you. You know, and people, man, people are just, you know, you would say, you know, people were bullies about it. You know what I'm saying? And I got to run, brother. I'll catch you. Hey, Dirty Bro, man, salute to you, man. Maybe I'll give you a holler later, man. Maybe I'll give you a holler here in a little while. Um, and you know, just because they had a certain mental disorder, um, you know, that doesn't give anybody the right to make fun of them for that. You know, that's just being a bully, man. You know, because at the end of the day, man, we all have flaws about ourselves, right? We all have flaws about ourselves. Um, you know, but when it comes down to that, man, you know, you can't help. And honestly, a lot of the times, you know, it wasn't the guys weren't born like that. Sergeant Ringo, what's going on? Um, a lot of times the guys weren't born like that. Either they were in a bad car accident. I know one guy was in a motorcycle accident, got thrown over the handlebars, and got a head injury and had to have brain surgery and stuff. And ever since he was in the crash, like he knew who he was, he knew who his family and stuff was, but he was just dependent on a group home because he had seizures real bad. And I miss being able to spend holidays with them guys, man. And it used to be fun times, you know. And I hate when I see people bully those people, man. I do, and I'm one that I got a big mouth. I won't step back and not say something, you know. Um, just working with them because we brought them in. We brought them into our lives, man. Like it was we brought them into our lives like it was our family, you know. But now if someone makes fun of someone's issues, I'll bitch slap them. Hey, there you go. Bobby Collard's right there with me. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. Don't make fun of somebody because their looks, or don't make fun of somebody because their flaws or their issues. You know, that shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? No, that shit ain't cool. Um, I've seen it way too often, man. Way to way too many people, man, for flaws that they have. You know what I mean? Um, I take being a man a real thing, man. Like just like we say, brotherhood and trucking. You know what I mean? It's a real thing, man. You just gotta look for it. There's not a there's not a lot of real men out there. You know what I'm saying? Johnny's back. Johnny's back. Um, I raise all my sons. Um, I raise all my sons to have integrity and honor. I raise all my sons to be responsible. You know what I mean? Um, what they do with it and what they take from it is what they take and what they learn. Um, but I always teach them to be a good provider, be a protector. When I'm not here at the house and I'm out on an overnight, man, my oldest son or my two oldest sons know, they're the men in the house. You know what I mean? They got to hold it down. If somebody was to break in the house or what have you, obviously all my whole family knows how to use all the guns and stuff, but at the end of the day, man, you got to know what situation you can use it on. So the boys know when I stay out, they're the men of the house. Um, I also teach them to do the right thing. If you wrong somebody, make it right. Um, Also to make sacrifices. You know what I mean? You got to make sacrifices. You can't always, like I said, you can't always go on just what you want. Um, like you got to be caring, man. You got to care about others. Spirit in the sky, how are you? I appreciate you coming in here. Um, one of the big things, man, having integrity. You know what I mean? Like I said, sticking to your word, being that man that sticks to their word, man. Um, give somebody a fair trial. You know what I mean? Treat people fair, man. But don't let them step on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when to say yes and no. I teach my boys this stuff, man. A lot of the times you got to be the strong one. A lot of times you got to be the strong one and put your emotions aside. You'll have your time, you know what I mean? Like I said, man, a lot of you guys know being truck drivers, we have a lot of time to think, And, man, there's been many mornings, man, where I think of shit going on in my life or stresses or whatever going on, man. And, man, I may shed a tear, you know what I mean? That doesn't make me any less than a man, You got to know when to show your feelings and when not to, man. Sometimes you got to be the one that's strong, Um, sucking it up, Sometimes in stressful situations, man, sometimes like I said, you gotta put your feelings aside. You gotta know when to put other people's feelings in before yours. Um, being I teach them, to be a good father, be a good dad. I'm doing this because of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put in your mind frame that this is why you're in trouble, or this is why I'm coaching you through this, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? I try to teach my kids, man, go out and talk to everybody. Don't talk to a creep. Irish King, what's going on? I try to instill in my kids, man, talk to people, man, get to know their story. Don't judge a book by their cover, And as well as my daughter, man, you know, of course, my wife can probably teach her a little more about, you know, womanly stuff, but I can teach her how to hold herself, not to let people step on her, you know, stuff like that. How to be a young woman, right? Don't someone out. Don't sell anyone out to buy your future. Exactly. Exactly. I couldn't have said better myself, man. Um, you know, you gotta instill in your kids, man, that, you know, for one, Lauren went to Pittsburgh. My sister went to Pittsburgh. The hell she went to Pittsburgh for? Um, you know, a lot of times you're stuck being a strong one, man. And it sucks, you know, because like I said, when you're trying to grieve a death or trying to get through stressful situation, man, it sucks, you know. But sometimes you, as the man or the provider, the protector, sometimes you got to suck it up. Sometimes you gotta suck it up and push your feelings to the side. Um, and that's just the way it is, you know. Um, you know, you'll have your time to yourself where you can shed a tear or you know, what have you, you know. But don't give up, you know. Don't give up. Um, you know, just like the whole brotherhood thing, man. You know, it is a real thing, man. It is a real thing. Um, you know, there's not a lot of real men left out there. They're hard to find. You know what I mean? They're hard to find. Um, but the couple people that I mess with, you know, definitely real men. I don't, I, you know, if you're not a real man, more than likely I'm not gonna mess with you. You know what I'm saying? If I don't see you as a real man, I look and I see how people engage people. I see how people treat other people. Uh, I've always been one to observe people. You know what I mean? I've always been one to watch how they are, watch how they talk to people, or watch how they greet people. You know, stuff like that. You know, another thing is, man, is knowing how to treat a real woman, right? Knowing how to treat a real woman. Uh, you know, like I said, you can't always just go on what you want all the time. Um, you know, you got to commit to that relationship fully, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? Don't have a side chick. Don't be talking to other girls. You know, stuff like that. I don't like to sell out people like RBT and who everyone else just be. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. And that's what I'm saying, Corey. Man, I've left everybody alone. I do my own thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, it's not worth shit anyway. So, I totally get it. I totally get it. You know what I mean? Uh, you know, being a real man, man, you got to protect your family. You got to protect your partner. Uh, you know, in more ways than one, physically and emotionally. Um, you know, I've definitely dealt with that. I'll put it that way. You know, um, you got to know how to fulfill your woman, man, sexually and mentally. You know, uh, a lot of times, man, you know, most women just want you to listen to them. You know, and I like to talk a lot, man. So I don't listen real well, but you know, I try. I try. Um, you know, being a leader, man. You know, real man is a leader. You know, you can't always follow people, man. You can't always be a follower, man. And that's most men out these days are just followers. They can't come up with an original idea. You know, they can't come up with an original idea. Um, so they either go out there and they'll look for something that people have done, or steal it from them. Right, man. Look, man, be a leader, man. Come up with your own ideas. Come up with your own ideas. You know, trust me. There's anything that we've all done, people have done before. Let's be honest. Um, but man, just be original, man. Be real. Um, you know, like I said, with me, man, I make a lot of the big decisions in our family. You know, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't have made that decision if my wife wasn't good with it, right? At the end of the day, man, she's the boss. Let's be honest. I'll say, at the end of the day, she's the boss, man. I might elaborate on the big decision, but at the end of the day, man, she's got the say. You know, she's the one that makes that decision. You know, Uh, you got to be able to you got to be able to say okay, okay, and just give in. Uh, a real man speaks his mind. Real man speaks his mind. He doesn't listen to everybody else's and makes a decision. He speaks his mind. Um, that basically goes on with being a leader and a follower, man. Um, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be a yes man. Don't just go along with it. Look, if you see discrepancies, say something. You know, say something. Because more often than not, if you don't speak up, you're not going to like the decision that was made. I don't make any decisions while talking to my wife. Exactly. Me either. Me either. Um, a real man. I see this a lot. A real man stands up for his relationships, for his wife, stuff like that. If I ever a situation a while ago, you know what I mean? I know my wife was wrong, but I tell her, I support her no matter what, right? Even though I may think she's wrong, I still support her, that goes along with letting people find their own faults, I tell her, look, I want to do it that way, but go ahead, you know what I mean? Because that develops her as a strong woman, Um, that's just what I think about that one, man. It's you gotta know when to throw in the towel and say, okay, I fucked up, I was wrong, you're right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Uh, another thing, man, don't lie, man. Don't lie. Um, we've all done it. We've all done it. But if you can admit that you lied, you know what I mean? If you can admit that what you did was wrong, you know what I mean? Just don't lie in the first place, and you won't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Don't lie in the first place, and you won't have to go back to lie 7. You know what I mean? Be a man of your word, man. Don't stop being unfaithful, man. Be loyal. RLC, what's going on, man? How you doing? I was gonna come in here thing last night, man, but I fell asleep, man. Let's be honest. I fell asleep. Usually Fridays, man. I'm an early guy. I had to check out early. But yeah, man, being loyal, man. Being a real man, you gotta be loyal, man. And not just your partner, man, but to people in general. Um, you know, uh, you gotta know what you gotta tell the truth, man. If you tell people you're gonna do something, man, do it. Um, don't be something you're not, man. Um, um, Trying to figure out why my damn sister went to Pittsburgh. She was supposed to go to Wisconsin. Now switched it up. Um, sticking to your word, man. Being loyal, man. Being loyal, having integrity, man. Integrity, respect, loyalty. Those are all great traits of being a real man. Being a real man. Like I said, man. I commented on somebody's video that calls himself a real man a while ago. And their response was, oh, well, since you co-sign, that's what he said, since you co-sign that guy, you can't fucks with me. And if that doesn't tell you who it was, you should probably know. You should probably know by that. But I mean, we can get into it if you really want to. We can get into it if you really want to. If you tell somebody that they can't file, they can't file you, man. They can't mess with you because you filed somebody else, man. That ain't what a real man does. Everybody has their own opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's not me, man. You know what I mean? KB Smooth Trucker, what's going on, man? Being reliable, man. Being reliable. A real man is reliable. Like I said with my job, you know what I mean? They can always count on me coming in or being on call or what have you. You know what I mean? That's what a man does. A man is on time. Early is on time. Late ain't ever on time. taking care of your priorities, you know. I made a video a while back, I was supposed to be on vacation. They needed somebody to fill in, man. So, I did what I had to do and I went in. You gotta be the bigger man at the end of the day. And now I get a lot of the better loads because things that I do for the company, you know what I mean? Good. First line be, well, how are you? I'm good, living my best life. Yeah, for sure, KB. Yeah, man. Blessed, man. I'm staying blessed. You know what I mean? Being a real man, man, you gotta be the bigger man. At the end of the day, you gotta be a bigger man. You gotta know when to step back and say, okay, um, you gotta pick your battles, right? You gotta pick your battles. You can you can disagree, you can agree to disagree. You gotta know what battles to pick. Um, like I said, I'm only wrong twice a year, so I'm a bigger man those 2 times a year. I'm at this damn wine tasting with my wife. Oh, why you mad about that, man? You tasting wine? What's wrong with you? I'll go. I'll go. I'll go wine tasting. Krista Trucker, what's going on? Take initiative, man. Take initiative. Be a real man. Take initiative of situation. A real man always keeps his options open. A real man jumps in opportunities, man, to better himself and to better his family. You gotta know how to carry yourself, man. Being a real man, sits there with his chin up and his chest out, man, because he knows he has that confidence that he is a real man. Um, that's cool though. Yeah, oh man, I'll go taste some wine. Hell yeah, I'll go taste some wine or whiskey tasting. That's even better. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Yeah, what's going on? Huh? Yeah. I hope you're feeling better. Said I hope you're feeling better. Yeah. What time you think you're gonna be done? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. I'm doing this live. See, let me call you back. Nah. All right, love you back. My wife, she's starting to feel a little better. And good topic. Sounds like you spit some good stuff. Yeah, man. I see it too much, man. I see it too much, KB. That man, there's so many young dudes, and well, there's so many older dudes, man, that carry themselves in a boyish way. We'll say. Uh, carry themselves in a boyish way. Um, they try to act macho, right? They try to act macho, and real men can see right through it. They can see right through it, man, and it's sad, man. It's sad that a lot of these guys actually do have good topics, man. It's just the way they carry themselves is it's horrible. You know what I mean? It's horrible. Um, I don't get it. It still stuns me that people glorify the way they were brought up, man, and shit like that. Like the way I was brought up, man, that shit ain't cool at all. That shit ain't cool at all. You know what I mean? A real man commits to stuff. Uh, Always looking for a better opportunity for his family. Um, you got to keep your options open, man. You when you get to a different trucking job, you know what I mean. You might be at that company, and company might treat you good, but keep your options open, man. Um, you never know when a great opportunity might come across. Like I said, I was at Sofo Foods, man, for 11 years altogether. I drove for them for 9, and I seen it better. But the whole time I was there, man, I always looked for better opportunities. Um, for what helped me and my family. At the end of the day, man, when that opportunity came through, man, I was gone. Um, and I left on good terms, man. You know what I mean? A real man leaves on good terms. You know, because at the end of the day, man, you may have to go back to it, right? You may have to go back to it. You know, it was still a good thing, and they treated me well. You know, but a better opportunity came across the table, and I had to take it. Um, you sometimes you got to sacrifice the game. You know, sometimes you have to sacrifice things to make it further. Like it. Um, there's so many good opportunities out here for people, man, that you just watch them blow right by it, and I don't get it, man. I truly don't get it. Um, like I said, man, you gotta love yourself before you love others, man. If you don't know who you are as a man, um, and trust me, we all don't, man. We all don't. Um, we learn every day, right? We learn every single day more things about ourselves, about being a man. And if you're not, man, if you think you got it all figured out, you're probably not there yet. People get caught up in this YouTube trucking and sometimes start job hopping, not willing to stick to endure out here trucking insurance. Yeah, exactly, man. Like I said, man, every job that I've been at, no matter what it's been, trucking, being a chef, being a cook, man, I've always stuck it out. You know what I mean? Persistence pays off. Persistence always pays off at the end of the day, man. You see so many people, man, they stop trying so fast, man. It's ridiculous, man. It truly is ridiculous. Um, you know, I mean, you look at you can get on a lot of these guys' pages, man, and you look up. Just go there today, see where they're at, and just go back 4 months, right? Go back 4 months and see where they're at, or see where they were. I guarantee more often than not, they're with a different carrier or a different company or what have you. Um, being a real man is like I said earlier, man, having patience. I learned a lot of patience, man, with being a father, being a dad, being a husband. I've learned a lot about patience. Like I said, I used to be the first one to boom, just kick it off. Have a good day, y'all. I'm out. Irish King, hey, salute to you, man. Salute to you. Um, don't be afraid to always learn something. Don't be afraid to always learn something about yourself or about others. Um, you know, and also teach that to other people, because you never know when your last day on this earth is, man. Like I said before, I started doing this YouTube channel just to show my kids, man, because I came close to wrecking one day, and I started documenting everything on here, um, just to show my kids what I do. You know what I mean? And if something was to happen, they would know how their dad carried himself. They would know what their dad did. They would know how their dad treated other people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you know what? That was probably one of the best things that I did, man. Because even if I wasn't here, man, my sons and my daughter could go back and they could watch this, right? And they could know how I felt about things, or what my opinion on certain subjects were, or how hard of a worker I was, or what have you. You know what I mean? Um, you got to know, what are you doing this for? You got to know what you're doing things for, man. Are you bettering your family? Are you doing it to teach your family something? Um, there's so many rabbit holes you can go down. It's ridiculous. Grandma raised me, always said, never burn bridges in life. Always leave any job on good terms, because never know in life when you need to go back, whether it's trucking, warehouse, fast food, etc. Life's full. Yeah, my grandma raised me too, man. My grandma raised me too, man. And like I said earlier, she taught me a lot about being a man. You know, um, she grew up in the days of chivalry, like it, and she definitely taught me a lot about myself, man. A lot that I could give to others. Um, she taught me how to be responsible, how to protect my family, how to grasp certain opportunities. Always keep your options open, so I definitely understand where you're coming from, man. My grandma raised me too, man, for sure. Grandmas are great, ain't they? Grandmas are awesome, man. I love grandmas. I love them. I love them. My grandma passed away a couple years ago, man. Day right after Christmas. We spent Christmas Day with her, and everything seemed good, man. Everything. She was having no problems, and unfortunately, uh, she was called home. You know, but I'll never forget things she taught me, man. That's for sure. I'll never forget those memories, and that's a good thing, that's a good thing. Being a man, man, taking the high ground, man. Knowing when to, like I said before, to pick your battles. Um, I see so many people that stick to their guns, instead of saying, okay, you know, we'll agree to disagree, and that's that, Like, look, man, you're at the end of the day, if people aren't going to agree on one thing, you're not going to get nowhere. You know, when people can depend on you, when people can depend on you as a man and know your integrity and your respect, man, you get a long way like that, man. You get a long way like that. Um, and and going back to protecting your family, protecting it doesn't mean you're always fighting, right? Protecting means a lot of different things. You know, teaching your boys, how to carry themselves, teaching them how to accomplish certain things. Um, that's protecting them from future society, right? Knowing how, or teaching them to live with their chin up and their chest out. Um, like I said, man, you can't let people just walk on you. You gotta know when to say yes and no. So many people just get walked on for what their opinions are, what people see in them, and you know, you gotta stand up and be a man at the end of the day, man. A real man has fears, right? A real man has fears. Um, it may not be a to an inanimate object, like it, or being afraid of the dark or spiders and stuff. You may have legitimate fears, of losing your family or losing your home or legitimate fears, and you have to express that with people, man. You got to know when to talk to people. You got to know, how do you carry yourself at the end of the day, man. um you got to be able to express your feelings, express your fears. you know that's what I consider somebody a real man. Admitting your mistakes, man. um like I said before, I've done a lot of fucked up shit in my life, man. A lot of fucked up, a lot of unpopular stuff, man. And at the end of the day, I can admit my faults, man. I can admit my fuck ups. Uh, Either here or with the people that I did it to, man. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that I did was to support my family, man. And yeah, I was a piece of shit for that. But at the end of the day, man, my family was fed and they had a roof over their head, and it is what it is. Uh, you know, a real man is competitive, right? Real man's competitive, man. Uh, no matter what it is, a real man is super competitive, man. You know, you you know, you gotta carry yourself. You gotta carry yourself respectfully, have integrity. You know, you gotta be confident, man. You gotta be confident, man. No matter what you look like, how you talk, where you came from, confidence is key, man. Confidence is key. Uh, you know, like I said, man, I see so many people, man. They don't carry themselves with confidence, man. It's sickening. It's sickening, man. You're not a real man if you don't carry yourself with confidence, man. Fuck what everybody else thinks, man. Fuck what everybody else says. Um, that power that once you find out your confidence, man, the power it gives you, there ain't nothing like it, man. There is nothing like it. Um, it's almost like you were rebooted, right? It's almost like boop, you were rebooted, and you're a whole different person, man. Um, I see so many people just get rolled on, man. They get rolled over, and it's sickening, man. It really is. It's sickening, man. Uh, you know, like I said, man, if you're the loudest and the biggest, and you poke your chest out like that, usually you're the sissy, man. You know, usually you're the sissy. I've seen that a lot. You know, a real man tells you when he needs help. You know, I've had to do it, man. I had to swallow my pride, man, and say, you know what, I need help with this. I fucked up. You know, dealing with addiction, man. That was probably one of the hardest things I ever did. Was telling somebody, look, man, I need help. Right? Um, you know, that was a hard thing for a real man to do. You know, that was a hard thing for a real man to do. You know, admit your faults, man. Look, man, I fucked up, man. I need help. Um, you know, like I said, I whatever I was doing, I was failing at it because obviously it wasn't working. Um, but I could admit that I needed help, man. I needed somebody to come in and give me that professional help, to talk to me, to counsel me, uh, to tell me I was worth living. You know what I mean? To tell me it was worth getting sober for. Real men do that, man. Um, real men deserve love, man. Um, you know, like I said, don't hide behind a mask to somebody you're not. I know a lot of us, you know, a lot of people that fuck with me, man, grew up in difficult situations. You know, a real man doesn't glorify his the way he was brought up, man. You try to keep people away from that situation. Um, that's what a real man does. Um, you see so many people on this YouTube, man, that glorify that shit, man. It's sickening, you know. It's sickening. You know, being a real man is admitting when you have done wrong. You know, like I said, I'm only wrong twice a year, but I admit that I'm wrong twice a year. I'm playing when I say that. Now I'm playing when I say that. Um, you know, it sucks, man. It sucks when you gotta swallow your pride, man, and be like, okay, yeah, I fucked up, man. I did it. You know, I did it. You know what do you can't, man. You gotta teach the next generation, or you gotta teach your kids how to carry themselves, man. Because I see, man, we go to the store and I see these kids just running wild, right? Just running wild, and my kids know, man. They try doing that, it's gonna be over, you know. I let my kids be kids, man. You know what I mean? I let my kids be kids, but there's certain times where you got to shut that shit down. When we're in public, man, we're in a restaurant or something like that. My kids ain't gonna be running through that thing. They're not gonna be running wild, man. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? Um, you gotta know when to step up as a man and say nope, ain't happening. Knock it off. Um, you know, you see these families out, man. Their kids are just running wild, and it's like, wow. You know, I don't. That shit's crazy, man. I don't. Won't happen. Will not happen. I promise you. I promise you. Um, what do you guys think, man? What characteristics do you guys what characteristics do you think a man should have? You know what I mean? Being self-reliant, respectful, having integrity, you know, being a leader. You know, we're all truck drivers. Dude. Let's be honest, man. A lot of us didn't go to college and stuff like that. It wasn't for us, you know. I'm not saying everybody, but you know, we chose to work, right? We chose to work, man. We chose to do physical work and stuff like that to support our family. Um, Another thing, man, a real man is always wants to learn, man. A real man wants to learn knowledge or have knowledge. A real man wants to constantly learn. He wants to constantly learn so he can constantly teach. Um, you know, I've always said, man, knowledge is key. The more you know, no matter what subject it is, no matter what it's about, this up here, man, this is a power bank, man. Honesty, absolutely, honesty, being honest, man, not just with others, but with yourself. Um, you know, real men listen. I like to talk, man. Like I said earlier, I like to talk, but real men, they also listen. I'm not very good at it because I talk a lot, but but a real man also lifts people up. Um, you know, cowards put people down, man. Cowards kind of goes back to the whole bully thing, right? Cowards put people down, man. Real men bring people up, man. It's never a handout, man. It's a hand up. Um, you know, I like I said, I see so many people get stepped on in whatever situation they're in. You know, instead of stepping on them, man, why don't you try to help them out? The man they call Randy, what's going on? Matos, what's good, man? How's the family? Hey, family's good, man. I'm being blessed, man. You know, staying out here hustling, uh, trying to speak to the masses, man. Trying to speak to the masses. You know what I mean? Um, Another thing, man. Real men aren't control freaks, man. I see that a lot, right? I see that a lot. You be out somewhere, man, and appreciate that, man. Um, I see so many guys, man, being control freaks, right? Just because their girl might say hi to somebody or whatever, are you trying to talk to them? But come on, man, let's be real, man. We're all adults, you know what I mean? I'm talking about older people too, man, my age, you know what I mean? 32, 33, 34, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that, man. I couldn't ever be like that. Look, man, my wife goes and talks to a guy, you know, I know she ain't just trying to get in his pants, you know what I'm saying? Um, you see that a lot. You see that a lot. Um, you know, being a real man is not being jealous, man. Um, it is what it is, you know. You're not trying to oppress anybody, man. You're not. Like I said, I've been with my girl for almost 12 years. I can't impress her any more than I already have. You know what I mean? I'll get you something. What we call it, insecure. Exactly. Exactly. There's a lot of insecure guys, man. A lot of insecure guys. I never really I never really noticed it, you know. But the more that I observe people, the more I watch, there's a lot of guys that are insecure, man. A lot of guys. I don't know how a lot of guys can be truckers and be insecure, man. Because I mean, that would drive you crazy. That would try to drive you crazy. No, you know, another thing, like I said, man, being responsible, taking care of your family, man, taking care of situations to where uh you're responsible, man. Um, there's a lot of guys out here that have nothing. They don't have a house. You know, all they do is have a truck and a family and blah, blah, blah. But look, man, if you're a responsible man, first thing is you got to make sure your family's set, man. You got to make sure your family's good. And then you worry about you. Um, you know, when you have a family, man, you don't come first. Your family comes first. James Hensley, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Is that the real James Hensley? Yeah, it looks like his picture. Um, you know, honor, respect, loyalty. Mark Ely, what's going on? I want to be that lucky for my wife to leave. The man they call Randy. Man, I appreciate everybody coming up here, man. I do. I do. Um, you know, going back to to insecure, man. And you know, when I say the word man, it doesn't necessarily mean the male, the male, right? There's also mean strong women as well. Um, you know, there's a lot of insecure women, man. But um, you know, you gotta find a strong man has to find a strong woman, man. Those two just mesh. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, another thing, being a real man is having stability, man. Um, you know, emotionally, physically, you gotta have stability, man. You gotta know, you gotta be able to be somebody that people rely on. Um, I just lost my thought, man. I had a squirrel moment. I had a squirrel moment. Anyway, you gotta be reliable, you know. I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. Um, alpha male needs an alpha woman. Right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to be like RBT, hey, go for it. I feel bad for you. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't saying no more. I ain't saying no more. Being a real man is not being a playboy, man. Stop home. Stop being a hoe, man. You know what I mean? A real man ain't a hoe, man. You don't need all that. Another thing is being proactive, man. Being proactive. Uh, being able to jump hurdles, man. Being able to head on situations. Being, you know what to do when a certain thing comes up. Don't you hate these safety cigarettes, man? So stupid. Um, you know, being respectful, not being arrogant. Uh, a man that can't handle a woman, a man that can't handle a woman, will say she's crazy. A real man will be there to raise her to a new level. Exactly, man. I couldn't have said that better myself. Y'all listen to this. A man that can't handle a woman will say she is crazy. A real man will be there to raise her to a new level. Bro, 100%, right? You see guys say that all the time. You see guys say that all the time. Oh, that woman's just crazy. No, that woman's confident, right? That woman knows who she is. Um, I say that a lot, man, about my wife, man. My wife is strong, man. She knows she. If I wasn't here, man, she would take care of things, man. You know what I'm saying? Days that I'm out or whatever, you know what I mean? You know, she doesn't have to call me, man. She doesn't have to call on me, you know. She gets shit done, you know. And that's what it is, man. She's strong, you know what I mean? You gotta find that strong woman. If you're a strong man, if you're a real man, you gotta find that strong and real woman. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's just it, man. You know, a lot of people follow the pack. A lot of people follow others, you know. You can't be a follower, man. Being a man is being a leader. You can't always call on somebody else, man. You gotta have your own decisions. Um, you got to be able to create your own space. You know what I mean? I disagree. In my house, man, there's one cat, man. It's me. I am in charge, making money and sending $1,000 a week home. His wife's job took care of the house. No, I agree with that too, but that it's not always about just making money, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not always just about making money. Um, Sometimes you got to be able to, you know, sometimes you got to shove stuff to the side that it may be something you want to do, but you got to be able to shove shit aside that she wants to do. Um, and that's just what it is, man. I don't know. I don't know. You got to know. You just can't go on things that you want, man. I understand what you're saying, but it's not always just about you. You know, my mom, I grew up with my mom and my grandma, man. They all worked. You know what I'm saying? They all worked. My dad paid child support, but on the daily on the daily duties, um, you know, they were the breadwinners. You know what I mean? There wasn't a man there to make money. You know what I'm saying? My dad paid what he had to pay for child support, but at the end of the day, man, they were cooking dinner. They were making money to get the dinner and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you gotta look at it both ways, I guess. Um, I don't know. I think in any real man, you have to be a lend a helping hand, man. Um, I've always been one to jump in. I've always been one to put my priorities aside, and my interests aside to help somebody else or help somebody else achieve what they want before my own. Um, I've always been that way, man. I've always been the one that somebody could call on to in anything. You know what I mean? And I've been an ear to a lot of people. I've been help to a lot of people. You know what I mean? I've always shoved shit aside to help them accomplish what they want to accomplish. At the end of the day, I'm gonna still accomplish what I want to accomplish, but I've always put other people's needs in front of my own. Um, I love wife. She works as hard as me. I know, God forbid, something will happen to me. I know she can hold it down. Exactly. I make the money from my house. What's the facts are? I'm not in charge of my house. How can I be if I'm not home on the road? Therefore, I expect my wife to handle shit. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, James, funny videos on RBG. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, when I'm out for multiple days at a time, man, I know my wife, man. I ain't even gotta ask what's going on. You know what I mean? I know she's taking care of shit. I know she's holding it down. You know what I mean? She don't need me. You know what I mean? My wife doesn't need me. Uh, no matter what, she's gonna take care of herself. You know what I mean? She's gonna get shit done. She's not weak, man. She's not weak minded. Just like Mato said, man, she works just as hard. 100%, man. My wife's a hard worker, man. She's a strong woman, and I don't front her at all, man. Hey, she does what she does, man, and she would outwork a lot of people that they say they call themselves man. I'm telling you, she would outwork a lot of them. Um, making money is one thing, man, but to be a real man is having respect, integrity, being honest, being loyal, um, commitment. Those are things that you're going to see instilled in a real man. It ain't always just about having, like I said, man, it doesn't take a dollar amount to make you a real man. Having confidence, man, having integrity, man, having respect. That's what makes a real man. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes a real man. Hey, bro, I still didn't hit the like button. That man got to eat. Hey, Mark Haley, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Enjoy that food, man. Um, you gotta you gotta know you gotta be a bigger man. A dollar amount doesn't make you anything, man. A dollar amount just puts you in a certain tax bracket, and that's it. Um, you gotta know what your values are as a man. You know what I mean? You gotta have integrity, respect, be loyal, um, be somebody that somebody can count on, man. Um, that's those are things that make a real man, that make a strong man. Anybody can be a boy, anybody can have a dick. It takes somebody, just like Johnny Price said earlier, man. Anybody can have a kid, man. It takes somebody special to be a daddy or somebody special to be a father. Um, a father helps teach, a father helps guide. Um, a father doesn't hand you shit. You know what I'm saying? A father lets you learn. Um, you got to look at the next generation, man. What can you hand to the next generation? Um, my thing is teaching the next generation to carry themselves as a real man, to have great characteristics of being a real man. Um, you see so many people. I mean, just like James said, being an alpha male, man. There's so many people out here that all they do is follow. They can't come up with an original idea, man. Be original, man. Be real. Be honest. Tell your story. Don't glorify where you came from, man. That's the biggest thing that stumps me. Uh, you got to be a leader, man. Um, you know, don't glorify things that how you grew up, man. That's the biggest thing I can't understand. Yeah, you got to be the strong one as a man, and you got to take care of shit. But not everybody can be strong 100% of the time. You know what I mean? Certain situations happen, or you get stress or anxiety, or you got a death in the family or something. You have to be strong in that moment. You have to be strong in that moment for your family, but you can't be strong 100% of the time. You know what I mean? Um, you can't be strong 100% of the time, man. You'll have your time of the day to shed a tear, but in that instance, man, you have to be the strong one. You have to be that strong one. Um, like I said, man, telling somebody to pick sides because you said something or you support somebody, that's not being a real man. That's not being a real man. Stop it. Stop it. Um, a real man challenges himself, right? A real man challenges himself. I love when people tell me, man, you can't do that. You can't achieve that. Cool. I'm glad you feel that way. Because now I'm going to show you. You know what I mean? I love when people say that. Stick up for what you believe in, man. Stick up for what you believe in. Don't let people make your mind up. That goes along with having integrity, man. There are too many boys out here playing, man. Hey, I hear it. I hear it. Stick with what you believe in, man. So many people make rash decisions on what they hear. Put them under pressure and watch them crumble like crackers. 100%. Defend the people you love, man. Defend the people that you call family or call brothers or sisters. Defend those people, man. And I'm not just saying in a physical form, man, but defend what their decisions are. Try things that they want to try. All these traits make you a real man. You know what I mean? All these traits make you a real man. Don't just go along with what people want all the time. Don't just go on your decisions, man. You got to take people's into consideration. I'm somebody that like I said earlier, I don't have a lot of yes men around me, man. I don't. I like people to tell me no. You know what I mean? If I'm talking some crazy shit, and if I'm about to make a rash decision, man, I want somebody to tell me no, don't do that. You know what I mean? A real man accepts and admires his flow and would allow his wife to help him grow. Exactly. You know. And that goes along with the whole loyalty and respect thing, man. You want your wife to respect you, but you also have to respect your wife. Help each other grow. You know what I'm saying? Make that love stronger, man. At the end of the day, if this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, man, you have to build each other up. Um, you know, you got to have that confidence that when you go out, she ain't going to talk to somebody. When she goes out, she has to know that you're not going to talk to somebody. Um, you got to build each other up, man. That's what real men do. You got to know how to control your emotions, man. There's a time and a place for everything. Um, there's a time and a place for everything. Another thing, reward yourself, man, from time to time. Reward yourself and reward your wife for things they've done. You know what I mean? Or after they've worked hard or what have you. You know what I mean? And that doesn't have to be a physical gift or something like that. Just tell them, look, man, you busted your ass. You did a good job. Having independence. I know my wife is really independent. You know what I'm saying? I'm also independent. But at the end of the day, man, we build each other up. We help each other grow, man. You got to respect yourself. You can't respect nobody else before you can respect yourself. You can't love nobody else before you love yourself. Respect is a heavy word, man. Respect really means a lot when you actually sit there and dissect it. That's a big thing. With the like I said earlier, I've lost a lot of respect from a lot of people, but I've also gained that respect back with the actions that I've made. It is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You gotta know when to give in. You can't. It can't always 100% be about you. It can't be about you 100% of the time. 100%. Um, I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. And, like I said, man. When I say being a man, that doesn't necessarily mean the male species. You can also be a strong woman with the same traits. Being having integrity, being independent, having respect. Um, all these things make a real man or a real woman. Um, I truly believe that. I truly believe that. Um, you can't find real men and real women much anymore, man. Um, it's hard to come by. It's hard to come by. Um, you got to pick your battles, man. You got to pick your battles. What skill can you bring to the table? Like I said, money only puts you in a certain tax bracket, man. Um, money doesn't make you a man. Um, what traits, what confidence do you have? You see that a lot. You see that a lot, man. Not guys not having confidence. They just lay down, man. They do what they're told. They just They just do what they're told. Fuck that. If I got a problem with something, man, I'm gonna tell you. Look, I got a problem with it, and this is why. You know. What other traits do you think? What other traits do you guys think makes a man? Um, just because you got a dick and don't mean you're a man either. Exactly. Exactly. 100%. Like I said, man, I know a lot of women. I know a lot of women that work a lot harder than any man I know, and that makes them a strong woman. You know what I mean? Uh, you got to be loyal, man. Another thing, you got to be loyal, man. You got to be loyal to people, man. Um, you got to know how to apologize. If you fucked up, you got to apologize, man. Um, if I say something, man, I mean it. Um, I don't, you don't see me going back and apologizing to people. Um, obviously because if I said it, man, that's what the fuck I mean. Um, don't always be the nice guy. Don't always be the nice guy. You gotta know when to stand your ground. You gotta know when to stand your ground, man. Um, that goes along with being a yes man. Don't have yes men around you. Sometimes, we all need to be told no. Period. I've been having to, I've had to have people tell me no a lot. You know, struggling with addiction and shit like that. I've had to, I've had to swallow my pride more than once, man. I've had to swallow my pride more than once, 100%. Um, you gotta know when to relax, man. You gotta know when to be aggressive and when to relax. Um, you can't go out there and be balls to the wall 100% of the time, man. I tried it. Can't do it. You can't do it. Um, you gotta have confidence, man. You gotta have confidence. To find a great woman, to find a real woman, you gotta have confidence. Real women see through it. You know what I mean? Real women see right through somebody that doesn't have confidence, and you will get stepped on quick. Um, you'll get stepped on real quick. Um, I don't know, man. Like, don't be a bitch is what I'm saying. Stop being a bitch, and I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say, man. That's it. You know, that's it. I've been thinking, man. I've been thinking about doing maybe once a week, like things that's going on in trucking. Maybe something like or not even necessarily that, but just different things in general. Uh, things that are going on in the world today. But a lot, because we're all in the trucking industry mostly. Um, we're all a lot in the trucking industry. So maybe something that's going on with ELDs or something that's going on with something that happened. Um, you know, uh, another thing, being a man, being authentic. Be authentic, man. Don't try to be don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to be something you're not. And be thankful, man. Be thankful, man. Be proud that you're a man. Be proud that you hold these certain traits. Let me rephrase that. Be proud that you're a real man. Um, be proud you have these traits, man. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about what other people do. Um, and you'll be good at the end of the day, man. So we've been on here for almost 2 hours, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here. Maybe I'll come back on a little bit. I've been pondering this thing in my head. Maybe I'll look up a couple stories on trucking, and we'll talk about it. And we'll see where it goes, man. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll do like a Saturday trucking news or something. And I appreciate everybody coming in here. Hey, gotta run, take care of some things. Hey, I appreciate you coming in here, man. Stay blessed, man. Stay careful. Be safe. And I'll holler at y'all later. I appreciate y'all. Peace.